Welcome to another episode of So It's Not Just Me. I'm your host, Joanna, and today we're doing something a bit different. I have two guests, as you can see. I've roped in more family members, surprise, surprise, and we're going to be talking about dating apps, doing some research about dating apps. I didn't realize there was over 1,500 different dating apps available to people. I don't know if you girls knew that already, but
No.
that was something I was like, how on earth are there so many? So, to get things started, let's introduce my guests. We have Jess and Shannon. You may have seen Jess before, but Jess, do you want to give us a quick little update of who you are and why you're here?
Hi, I'm Jess. I've been on before for talking about Manjaro, the GLP-1 weight loss medication, and I've come back to join again because it's so great.
And Shannon, do you want to give us a quick hello?
Hi, I'm Shannon. As you know, Joe, I am your cousin.
Yes. And before anyone asks, yes, she is my favourite, and I will admit that to all the other cousins, so that's okay. They all know.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be in the bad book, so I didn't say it.
I can say it, it's okay. They all know you're my favourite.
Yes, I'm here. It's first time on the podcast, first time I've done any podcast, so okay.
I'm very, very glad you're here. I'm not going to lie. So, everyone who is under 40, I would say, has been on a dating app. And if they say they haven't, they're lying to you, in my opinion. So I'll tell you how I got on dating apps, and then we'll go from there. So I first went on dating apps when I was probably 24. So 15 years ago was the first time I used a dating app. I'd just come out of a marriage, so I was going through a divorce and was too nervous to go out and meet people. So I thought, hey, let's try. Actually, it was a friend who said, let's try a dating app. And I think it was probably like an OkCupid one, like back in that day. And I was terrified from the first time I put pictures on there to the second, that I got my first message. So that was why I use dating apps.
Sorry.
Going by third guest.
We have new guests today.
We have another guest. Don't mind him.
So yeah, that's when I started using dating apps. When I was, I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a big going out kind of person. So how do you meet people when you don't go out? Online dating. And I think when I started it, it was still quite new, quite nerve wracking for people. So do you know what, Jess? I'm gonna let you, because you focused my attention. I'm gonna let you tell us the first time you used a dating app and why you used it and your experience.
Okay, I can't really remember much past this year. I don't know when it was the first time that I used it. I used it once, went on a really rubbish date,
Right.
and didn't go back on it. Then went back on it this year. Started this year, whole new self-confidence, ready to go out and meet somebody again after being single for 6 years. And yeah, so I started back on in January.
What about you, Shannon?
Do you know what? I didn't remember until we started prepping for this that the first time I used a dating app was actually with Cherry. I can't remember why, but was it your mum and dad's?
Okay.
Just us two, real random. I think it was on like a documentary or something. We downloaded Tinder like for the laugh. And then we were both up for hours, just swiping. And then we were like, oh, actually, maybe it's all right.
Yeah.
But since then, I think I've been on and off it. Well, don't think. I've been on and off it, on, off all the time. Sometimes it was just retention. Sometimes it was to try and meet someone, because I was the opposite. I did go out a lot, but I thought this isn't how I'm going to meet someone.
Right.
And then it was just like an extra option. It's just always been there, I think.
It's always been, because
Just
what if I was?
available.
Yeah, I guess if I was 24ish, you would have been about 20.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the age as well, where you start to like think about seriously dating and going out with people and meeting new people and things like that. Do you remember
Exactly.
the very first matches that you had?
Not the matches, I don't think.
I think for me, it's better to go off from this year because I can't remember
Yeah.
from that time before. I just know it were a bad date. Yeah, and mine were the first matches. I think you kind of like you just explore it, don't you? It's like
Yeah.
an hit and miss on whether you speak to them or not.
Yeah.
And then when I actually finally went and met someone, we were seeing each other for a good month. And like I'm on about like a few nights a week.
Right.
So
Oh,
it worked out positive. It just didn't work out. He was a good
Right.
guy, it just didn't work out.
yeah.
I do
Did you
think
ever
that. Go on.
Sorry, Joe.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, did you ever match with anyone that, like, you know who they were, but you were like, oh, I'll never match with them, but and then you did?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's so
that's a
many
good
times where I was
question.
like, "Shall I just swipe to see if they've swiped?
Yeah.
I just want to
And then
know
you're
if
like,
they're
I
into me or not." I'm like, Rory, get down.
And did that ever work? And like, did you ever meet anyone like that, or like chat with anyone?
I think for me it were when it came to like people that I knew and then actually swiped just to see if they'd swiped, it were then I wonder if they've done the same thing. I wonder if they've
Right.
swiped just to see if I've swiped. So just kind of left it
yeah.
until they spoke to me.
And then you're like, I'll let them see if they message.
Yeah, but have you also done it when you've been drunk? And
I'm
then
not
you're
sure.
like, afterwards, you're like, what the bloody hell were I thinking? I know this person. Or you've let one of your friends have your phone and they're like,
Oh,
oh, yay!
I never let my friends have my phone because I used to do that to my friends. And I was
you
like,
was
no,
the
you can't
friend
have
who did it.
mine. Yeah, so you can't have mine.
So it's like when you send a random text to somebody when you've stole your friend's
Oh
phone, and
God,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So I think that the first few dates I went on were absolutely horrendous because I was just coming out of a long term marriage. It wasn't just long term for a 24-year-old, it wasn't just oh, let's have a bit of fun. And I was petrified. But then there was some like really, really good dates and some really cool things that came from it. And I think that's when I started doing like the alphabet dating and trying to do a little bit more adventurous stuff, I guess. Um, what kind of like positive things did you get from it? I'll go with you first, Shannon, because I went with Jess first last time.
Okay. Do you know what? I've had a few dates that have come from online. And even though they didn't work out, well, we'll get back to the one that did, but a lot of them didn't work out. But do you know what? I actually haven't had a bad date from online.
Oh,
The guys that I went on a date with once and then was like, okay, I don't see this going anywhere. And then there was others that I saw a few times before it got to that point. But everyone's actually been nice and I've always had the really good dates. I think from that, I think we were stuck in this like, I'll never meet anyone, I'll never meet a guy. And then I was like, oh no, actually, some guys are quite nice and they do want to go out of their
yeah.
way and stuff like that. And then kind of gave up on it a little bit, gave up on all dating, to be honest. And then when I went back on it, obviously my positive now is that I met David, he's now my fiance, and I have a little boy.
Yeah.
So I can't knock it.
Yeah. I do think there's some really good stories as well. What about you, Jess?
That first date was it. We went to Relish, and when I went to the toilet, I came back and he was sat with a bunch of women.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, and funnily enough, I knew one of the women.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, and you could tell that they were a bit like, "Who the hell is he? Get him away!" And it was
Oh.
weird, and I was just like, it lasted all of like 2 hours this date, and I was just like, "Yeah, I've got somebody picking me up. I'll see you later." It was just, and then I
that's
had another one
crazy.
where it were all going well, and then was at his apartment and found some pants in his apartment that weren't mine.
Oh,
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, he tried to tell me that it was from before me, but obviously that don't really make you feel any
Was it
better.
nope.
though? Was
But
it?
I am lucky as well. I have also found someone, and it seems to be going really well. So
Good. Obviously, I didn't meet mine through online dating, but I have had some very, very good online dating outcomes, I guess. I don't think you know him, Jess, but Shannon will. I was seeing a guy who was in the military, and I was seeing him for a couple of years, and it was great. Everyone liked him, I believe, or the family liked him. He looked after me really well. We had a great time, and it only didn't work because I didn't want to move away. and that's the reason why we broke up. And do you know what? He will still message me every now and again, see how things are, how we're doing. Nothing ever romantic, just, how's things, how's life, you know, how's
Yeah.
America, that kind of stuff. And I think that was probably the main positive I got from it. Other than that, I've had some horrendous dates.
What
To
was
the
your
point.
worst date?
Oh, so I had one. This may not be my worst, but it's the one that I'm happy to share online. um, we went. So he picked me up, and it was when I was living with my mum and dad. So before I moved out again, moved back to my
Yeah.
mum and dad's. He came and picked me up and took me to the pub for dinner. And I'm like, yes, this is right up my alley. Don't need to go anywhere posh, nothing fancy. Let's just go to the pub. And he did the whole, oh, I forgot my wallet. And is sat there at the dinner table counting up pound coins. And I'm like, dude, I'll just
No.
pay. It's fine. It's no big deal. I'll pay. And then the whole way home, because it was like my local as well. So somewhere that I go regular, not regular enough to be like best mates with the barmaids, but
Yeah.
for people to know, oh, that's one of the Walker girls kind of thing. So people knew who I was there. And I was like, I'll just pay, it's fine, no big deal. And then on the drive home, all he kept saying was, I really like those leggings. Those leggings are really nice. Can I feel those leggings? And I'm like, I don't want you anywhere near me. I want to be dropped off and
Giving off,
yeah,
yeah, a bit of
leave me
a cringe
alone.
vibe.
And
Yeah.
then he dropped me off and I was bombarded, like almost stalked to the point where he's
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna come and see you and I'm gonna buy us a Christmas tree and we're gonna buy a little house. I'm like, dude, we've been on one date.
Wow.
This
Calm
is a
down.
no from
Yeah.
me. And I'm
Ego.
like, wow, okay. So that was probably the most extreme, scary almost date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was like phone calls in the middle of the night and stuff. And
Yeah, a
it was
bit too
weird. And I'm
much.
like, why do I attract the weirdos? What's going on?
Preach.
And I had another one once. I never met him for a date, but was chatting. And everyone asks, so, how long you been single? What are you into? This, that, and the other. And I said, oh, I'm in the process of being divorced. It'll be finalized in so many months, whatever. Because a divorce isn't quick. It's not just overnight.
Mm.
And instantly his reaction was, so what did you do? You must not be a good person. You must be the issue. And I'm like, hold on. That's
Wow.
not right at all. But
And also, why? Like, why?
yeah.
Why
I'm
would you
like,
want to
oh
be
no, we
I had
just,
issues?
something similar to that.
it's scary. It's
Really?
strange, isn't it? Why do we
Yeah.
have to be the bad guy?
Yeah, I had something similar. I had so if you've been single for 6 years, then what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And
Oh my
I've been single
God.
for 6 years out of choice, and I've still dated, and I've still had a good time.
Yeah.
I
That's
just choose
not
to
what
be on
you
my
said.
own because I'd rather focus on myself and my business and my happiness.
Exactly. I haven't had it in that sense, but I remember once, this was on Plenty of Fish, like anyone could just message you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone sent a message and he was just slating like my profile. And he was kind of like, he was saying, I wish I still had the screenshots because I went in and he was saying like, oh, you're a pretty girl, but you've got no substance. Like your profile doesn't say anything about who you are and what you like. And obviously you had to fill things out, didn't you? And I was like,
Yeah.
there's stuff about me on my page, but even if not, you don't have to message. You have to
Yeah.
message me at all.
If you
We
don't
didn't need to
like it,
speak.
move on.
Exactly. So, but nowadays I would just ignore that. But I went in and I proper argued back with him. I wish I still had the screenshots because in the end, he was like, oh, do you know what? Because I think it was a bit of a gaslight actually. He was like, do you know what? You actually sound like a great girl. I would be lucky actually to take you out. It's a shame we started on such a bad foot. And I was like,
Bye.
no, yeah,
See ya.
absolutely not.
See
See
ya.
you later. Don't be putting other girls this message because it's not nice.
No, that
Mean.
is
Oh, I would have outed him. I'd have outed
yeah.
him and been like, just so everybody knows, avoid. Avoid.
Avoid it.
Yes.
But,
Have you ever been ghosted?
ghosted.
Yep.
Yeah.
What,
Oh
have
yeah.
we ghosted or have they ghosted?
Both. You can answer
Oh,
both.
I said it very cockily in the way of like they ghosted me. I have ghosted before.
Okay.
However, it is a bit. It's crap. Am I allowed to say crap?
You can say whatever you want.
um, I feel like it becomes a bit of part and parcel to ghost, and it's not right. I think sometimes when you're chatting to so many people, it does happen. However, it depends on how much you spoke. It doesn't depend. It's always horrible to do. But I've had numerous guys ghost me on the day of the date.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shannon,
it's
I
kind
thought
of
you meant that you ghosted them, not they ghost you. I
no,
was like,
oh no. I think like I can't say I never have, but I got used to being ghosted by guys in chats.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I feel like it just got used to the fact that
Yeah.
that's what happens. But then getting ghosted on the day of the date, it was like an extra step that's like,
yeah,
that's not okay. What are you
No,
doing?
that's just not
Online
okay.
equivalent of being stood up.
yeah,
Yeah, that's just weird.
Luckily, I wasn't in a venue, so.
That's yeah.
no. I haven't been in a venue, but I was speaking to a guy for quite a while, and he said that I'd been in an accident, and we was carried on talking, so we didn't meet up straight away because he wasn't well. Um,
Yeah.
he'd hurt his leg in this accident, whatever. So we were like postponing it, and I was like, right, okay. And then anyway, eventually I was a bit like, this is just taking too long, and like I'm just getting bored. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll see you later. But
Like he was just phasing.
say that again.
Like he was just phasing.
Yeah, and I just a bit like,
Yeah.
why? Why? If you're into me and I'm into you, why aren't we meeting up? I'm not here to just have a pen pal.
Yeah.
No, I guess exactly.
Yeah. I've had people as well when I've like had to ghost them because I've said, look, I'm not really interested, whatever. We're not on the same, we're not vibing. And they're like, well, let's try, let's do this. And when you
Mm.
kind of,
No, it's
if I'm
dead
not
water.
feeling it, what's the point?
Yeah.
And when they don't take no for an answer kind of thing, it's like, okay,
I'm too
let's
upfront.
do
I'm just like, nah, no, soz. But instead of arguing it out, I'll just block, delete, bye.
it.
And I know
I
that
think
sounds
more people
harsh, but
need your
sometimes you've got to.
confidence.
I know, yeah, because I'd be like you. I'd be more like, I don't know, like what I don't think I'd be as blunt.
No,
I am a
I've
bit
never been
blunt.
blunt. No. Do you find that because I've read that people, like, I have done a bit of research and I've seen the amount of people that have said that going on dating apps just drains them completely. But how about like confidence wise? Do you find sometimes that it really has boosted your confidence, or has
Mm,
it done both?
I think sometimes it's been a bit of like a double-edged sword because
Mm.
there have been times, I won't lie, where I've been like if you're not like dating or seeing anyone and it's not happening like in your real life, I've been like, do you know what? I'm going to download Bumble and see who's about. And then you get your matches and it does boost you a little bit like, oh, these people think I'm attractive or they think I'm nice.
Yeah,
But then on the other side of it, it's like a big competition. And
yeah,
then, like you say, like you will be chatting to someone and then they will just disappear and you're like, oh, they must have found someone prettier or nicer or funner. So then it knocks the confidence a bit. It's kind of like always up and then down, is
yeah.
what I felt anyway.
It's like a roller coaster.
See, I had an experience with one guy where I told him that I was going on a date with somebody else, and I won't be speaking. I'm not seeing two people at the same time.
Yeah.
So I told him that that was happening. Never blocked or deleted him or anything like that. And then when he didn't work out with this other guy, I messaged him, and we ended up meeting up. And we'd had a few dates, and I thought things were going all right. We seemed to click. Everything seemed to be going well. And
Yeah.
then after a few days, it was just like, I think you want more than what I do. And I was like, when it states on your profile what you're looking for, if you
Yeah.
put in that you're wanting something serious, doesn't that state that that's what we're kind of both looking for? Anyway, it turns out that they were after one thing.
Right,
So
right.
Uh,
it were pretty much no buy. So
Yeah.
that knocked my confidence.
mm,
But it is what it is. It was a bit of fun, and you move on. Next.
yeah.
I went on a date once and we'd agreed that, well, not agreed as such, but it was like we'll pay half each, because I kind of do feel sorry for the guys sometimes. They're expected to pay, they're expected to wine and dine and come up with all these good ideas to take people out. That's more adventurous to keep it memorable and things for the girl to stand, so she picks you, I guess. So I said, look, we'll go on this date. We'll split the check half and half. No big deal. It's no problem. And he still then at the end of the night was like, well, am I coming in?
Oh
It's
my
kind of like an
God.
expected thing that they think
Yeah.
that.
And I'm like, no, that's just weird. We're not on the same page if the
Yeah.
whole night we'd spoke about like normal stuff and then okay, let's get you in bed. Like, no, come on, that's not how it works. That's
It's the
not.
presumption, like,
Yeah, you don't owe them anything just because they've paid for a bit of food or a drink
no,
for you.
No.
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 But like you even split, so it's not even like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's not okay when they do pay and then they
No.
expect it, but it's not like that
No.
was even the case either.
No.
Ugh.
Have you ever found being on a dating apps made you feel like you have to put like look a certain way or put only the perfect pictures on, like as girls we do take 1,000 pictures before we pick one that we will upload to social media, but do you think that there's like an added pressure to do that on dating apps?
Well, I'm going to say this to you. This is a really good question because I was having a drink with I'm not going to say a name because she'll probably watch this. But I was having a drink with we'll say friend. And she is 52 and she was here last weekend or weekend before, whenever it was. And we were sat and we were going through a Tinder and she said to me that the guy had messaged her and said, "You haven't got one full length picture of yourself on. I need to see your most recent picture."
Whoa.
And it was like, wow, well, what's that got to do with?
Yeah, I don't like that.
And it were really, but then again, I think as well. Sorry, I've got air flying about. I think as well, like on her part too, she's also sat there and judged somebody else for their past of like 30 odd years ago, and I think it's a bit like everybody needs to fit the bill or.
Yeah.
And nobody's perfect, but you've got to
Yeah.
take some to give some. You've got to. I mean, I've taken things with Ashley. Ashley's taken things with me, and it. Not everybody's perfect.
No, I think sometimes you do feel like you have to portray like the best. Like there's been no end of times where I've uploaded my pictures and then gone like the more you look, the more you don't like them anymore, don't you? So
Yeah.
then I've got, oh no, like that's not a nice picture or this, that, another, like with whatever. But then you're right, like your friend, she posted those pictures and this person is talking to her knowing that she didn't have this full length picture. So why
Yeah.
talk to her then if that's not what, do you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
feel a bit like you know what you're getting into when you're chatting to this person.
Yeah.
Why are you gonna be like, oh, you need to give me more?
But as well, like if you're swiping whatever it is, I can't remember now, left, right, whatever it is, the one that when you like somebody, why are you having to ask which one's the most recent picture and can I see a full length picture of you? It's kind of like I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for that you help me. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what the word is you're looking
You're
for.
trying to fit the bill. You've got to be perfect. You've got to fit the picture. They've got to be.
I feel like that's more pressure. If someone messaged me saying I need a more recent picture and a full length one, I'm
Yeah.
not auditioning. Like
Yeah.
you've already seen my profile. And I don't, if there's not a full length that one, you've swiped right. Right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
swiped right, knowing that that picture's not there. So, like, you can see that full length on a date.
Yeah.
I will say as well though, I have been on a date with somebody that when I was chatting to him, I loved everything he was saying. It was great. But then when I did see him in real life, I just wasn't attracted to him. Like I'd seen his pictures, but
I think that's okay though, because
Yeah, and it's probably happened vice versa too. Like, yeah, I've had that.
yeah,
You know, it happens
yeah,
because, like you say, you do put your best pictures on,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that sounds really shallow. I didn't mean it
No,
like that.
we do. As anyway, you put. I'm not going to put a picture on me of the worst picture, are you? You're not going to
no,
do
Yeah,
that. You're still
and
kind of
then
advertising yourself in a way.
exactly, yeah, you are still auditioning a little.
yeah,
But it's true, like, or like you could be on holiday and the lighting's really good and this, that,
Yeah,
and the other, and then you meet them in person, and sometimes like the attraction's not there. And sometimes you can still appreciate they're good looking, but the attraction's just not there when you're.
yeah.
oh, and on the opposite foot as well, though, they can be really attractive, and then you meet up with them and they're arrogant as hell, and I hate
Yes.
that.
Oh.
I hate Yeah.
Yeah.
If you love yourself more than I'm gonna love you.
Too much.
In
Yeah.
fact, no, that's wrong, isn't
Too
it?
much.
But you know what I'm saying? It would just no. It's an ick. It's a massive ick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What has been your biggest ick? Is that what you'd probably say is your biggest ick?
For me,
Mm,
arrogance. Yeah, I think I've had an
arrogant.
ex-partner who is arrogant and up himself, and I think
Oh.
for me now it's like a
Yeah.
no. Ashley is when I met Ashley, our first date, he was so nervous, bless him. And when he got out of the car, he brought me these big bunch of flowers, and he was just so attentive and a gentleman, and it was just something that I was
Oh.
just not used to. And it made me open my eyes to the fact that actually maybe it's me that's been looking at the wrong guy.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
agree. I think I
Yeah.
was the same, you know. Like in past relationships and stuff before, they've never quite been right. And then you always look back, don't you? And you're like, oh, something wasn't quite right in that relationship. And that's what you do. You learn as you go on.
Yeah.
And then it's silly little things like when I met David, it was so silly, but like he brought me a Bueno on our first date because I've been talking about how Bueno's my favorite chocolate, stuff like that. And then on like our second or third date, he made me an old school mixtape.
Oh
Oh,
my god. I'd be
Yeah,
like, marry me.
I know, literally on a cassette.
Oh.
Got a cassette player. I've still got it. It's like another thing. It's so cute. Just things like effort, and it was all old school R&B because you know I liked R&B. It was
What
more
a
like
guy.
effort. And that made me think. Actually, yeah, this is someone who's attentive and pays attention and is making the effort. And you're like, oh,
Notices your
actually,
likes and your dislikes.
yeah.
yeah, maybe I was choosing wrong
Yeah.
previously, but
I mean, none of my dates from any of my online dating life has ever done anything like nice like that before.
That is lovely.
none of my other ones did. This is.
I mean, like, no, never, never, no one.
It's all in the Bueno, guys.
Yep, the Bueno wins it every time. Secret confession: I don't like Buenos.
I love them.
No, me
So that'd be
too.
straight out the window anyway. I'd be like, nah,
Yeah.
next,
Bye.
give me something else.
Well, if they bought your well, and you're married now, but like if they bought your favorite chocolate bar,
Yeah, yeah.
it's already
Done.
good enough,
I mean,
isn't
to
it?
be fair, not that I want to brag about how amazing my husband is, but last night I was very, very down in the dumps, feeling homesick and just wanted chocolate. So he did go and buy me a pack of digestive biscuits from the British Isle at the
Oh,
store. So, you know,
Ah.
I,
yeah.
I'm gonna give him that one. He is good when I'm homesick or just any time.
Oh,
So,
bless
but
him.
he's not sent me flowers. So.
But
Well,
it's like, I mean,
Ashley's bought me flowers once or twice since then, and I still make him think about it. I'm like, been shop today. What'd you get me?
really. David did the same. David used to send me flowers, and he sent me flowers when we were quite early on as well to work. And everyone was like, "Oh, he's so lovely, he's so nice." I was like, I laugh, but he knows I was like, "He's gonna murder me. He's a murderer." Uh, and I was like, "He can't be this nice. Like, he'll show his true colors eventually." And this, that, other. And 3 years
Yeah.
later, he's still that guy.
Aw.
Okay, no, I have just thought about it, and he didn't send me flowers. So it was my birthday, and I was going to work late. I think I had an appointment or something that day. He snuck into my work before I got there and left flowers on my desk for me. So maybe
Oh,
I shouldn't be so harsh.
That is really nice.
Yeah.
it's really
Okay.
cute.
Maybe I should give him some credit. But I didn't meet him on a dating app, so it doesn't count.
It still
So
counts when talking about men.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it
yeah.
still counts.
So I have a funny story for you that I don't actually know if I've told you this before. I don't think I have.
Okay.
I was dating somebody at the time that I had met on a dating app, long-term relationship at the time. And my friend texted me and was like, "I'm really sorry that you broke up with said boyfriend." I was like, I haven't. And I sent a selfie of me with said boyfriend at the time because we were sat on the couch at my house. And he's like, "Well, why are you back
We
on
just feel
dating
like we know
sites?
where it's going.
Why are you back on dating sites?" I'm like, "I'm not." And he's like, "Yes, you are. My friend's talking to you right now." I'm like, no, I'm at home with my current boyfriend on the couch watching TV. And he's like, Joanna, he's messaging you right now. He's arranging to meet you next week. Like, no.
Damn,
Somebody.
he even
That's
put
not
that with
me.
Joanna.
I thought
Well,
you were gonna say opposite end of foot then and be like,
I
yeah,
did.
your partner messaging somebody else.
Yeah, I thought that too.
no. Somebody, and I am not the prettiest person in the world. I know that I'm not ugly. So no. This isn't a I need attention kind of thing. This is there are thousands of people prettier than me. But somebody had used my photos to catfish somebody. And I'm like, this is so unrealistic. I felt like I was in an it did work.
It
But
did
I
work.
felt like I was in an episode of Catfish. I'm like, what is going on? So with that, have you ever been catfished?
Yes.
No.
No.
I haven't been
Yeah.
catfished, no.
I was catfished. It was in it was in my 20s. I said like mid-20s maybe. I was talking to this guy, and this is where like I matched with someone, and I thought, there's no way I'll ever match with this person. And we matched, and I was like, okay. And then we started chatting, and his pictures didn't really line up to the things he was saying. And I was like, this is suspicious. So I investigated a little. I think I just put like his name. I think I put his name and then model into Google, and it came up. I can't remember his name now, but it was a model, a picture of him and Karl. Is it Lagerfeld or?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Is that how you pronounce it? Karl Lagerfeld.
That's who my glasses are.
So
Yes.
can I Google it?
Yeah.
Let me Google it so I know who we're on about. What's
Like
his name?
fashion designer.
Yeah.
All right.
A
Carl with
picture of
a
them two. Yeah. Picture of those two together. Lagerfeld.
Lagerfeld. Oh yeah, it's come up.
Do you know who I mean?
Yeah.
Do you
You
recognise
mean
him?
this guy?
No,
Yeah.
the picture was the guy with him.
The guy was with him.
I hadn't matched with Karl Lagerfeld. It was a guy who was a model in a picture with him.
Oh right,
So,
okay.
yeah. Not him. So I just sent the screenshot to the guy I was messaging to saying, oh, nice photo. And he just blocked me. He didn't speak to me. Obviously, it wasn't him. But it's like, damn it.
That's hilarious.
I knew I was punching because he was very pretty.
That's hilarious.
I've
Like,
had somebody lie to me, and I believe that I still don't know to this day, but there were the guy that I met. You know, when I said earlier that I'd gone on a date and then it didn't work out, and then I ended up going on a date with the other guy. Well, the guy that I went on the date with originally, he was the same. I'd liked him, and I was like, that'll never happen. But you know, probably done it when one of the girls had probably swiped it for me or whatever. Anyway, we did. We went on a date, and I was like, oh my god, how the hell have I pulled this? He were, yeah, and I were really like, wow.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be just some fun. But then when we carried on texting, and he were very much like, and this were a weird one. He kept calling me his, you're mine, you're mine.
nope.
Yeah.
Oh.
It then things started to line up that I were a bit like, why is he only messaging me like FaceTime me when he's in the bathroom? Why?
Oh.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
he's not got like no social media or anything, but yet he's on dating apps. And I just felt like there was just something I were missing. Like
Yeah.
when he stayed here one night, and I took him home the next day. And when I took him home, because he lived quite well away from me anyway, and when I took him home, he got me to drop him off down the street, and I thought no, and I didn't speak to him again after that.
No.
I didn't speak to him
Yeah,
again
no.
after that because I was like, you've got a wife and kids at home, you aren't you?
I was going to say, did you find out
No, I didn't
anything?
find out. I didn't find
Oh,
out.
definitely there's something.
Yeah, it went
Oh,
right.
dirty talk. Ugh.
I know.
I have no respect for people like that at all.
No.
No respect.
Do you know what though? Sometimes I just think, how are they not going to find out? Like you're on a dating app. Like my friend, when me and Ashley first got together, she had just started on a dating app and she was like, do you know that Ashley's still on dating apps? And I was like, Ashley, why are you still on a dating app? He was like, 'cause I don't know how to delete it. I was like, what? But he is a bit special sometimes, so I had to help him figure that one out. But yeah, I was like, sorry, dog's looking at me like he wants.
I mean, like, so I think I was living here, and we lived at our old apartment for a year before we moved to this one. And was in this apartment when I saw an email come through on Kyle's email from eHarmony. And I'm like, excuse me, what? We was married. And he was like, oh, it because he had a separate folder that everything just went straight into.
I've lost you,
And
but
he's
are you
like, I
there?
don't even notice it's there anymore because it's such a hidden folder. And I'm like, are you sure everything's, But it
Oh,
was fine. So I know that obviously now we are all in relationships and we're all happy. So that's good. But obviously we have friends and family who are on dating apps still. What kind of boundaries do you recommend to them so that they are safe when they're online or when they're chatting, or when you see a potential red or green flag? Is there any boundaries that you advise them?
do you want to go first, Shannon? You go first.
I'm not really sure. I think I'm just very much like, it's like stay safe, internet safe. Just knowing who the guy is, telling your friends where you're going, all that kind of stuff. Like having an out if like something's bad, you can text your friend. This is things girls do on like nights out. I would say they're the
Yeah,
boundaries I'd really go for.
Do you do the whole I'm going to share my location with you for the next 12 hours?
but drop my
Absolutely.
pin.
Yeah.
We've only had that one. I think I've only done that once. Don't know if I'm gonna say, maybe don't put a name in, but it's when Cherry first met Craig.
Okay, yep.
Just in
Oh,
case
no,
she
no,
doesn't.
no, that's okay. She has told us that before, so it's okay.
Okay, I was gonna say it. I was like, if just edit out the name, if not. But she shared her pin with me and Nat, and it had showed her like 3 different locations on this street, and we was like, oh my god, we're gonna have to drive and get her because she's not replying and don't know where she is. Whatever this guy is. And then she replied, and she was like, I just parked my car here and then walked like across the road, like that. So other than that, I don't think I've ever. Oh, sorry, it's my life. Um, I've never actually sent my location, but I've let people know where I am.
Right.
It's quite local.
I have a friend now who still has me, well, it's like a permanent pin, so I can constantly see forever where she is in Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's through Google. So she's like, I know where she is all the time. And I'm
Oh,
like,
damn.
what are you doing there? You shouldn't be there. You told me you wasn't seeing him
Oh.
anymore. What's going on? But, we kind of make a joke about it. But yeah, I think that's one of the best things that you can do as well is telling people where you're going to be and what times you're due back or.
Yeah, I tend to, in my lot, find out who's drinking and who's not, because if you're dating on a weekend and people are going out socialising, drinking, if you need an outlet and you need to leave, you need to know who you're going to call.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's not always just my girls. With big group, there's all lads in the same group too. So I'm like, I'm going on a date this weekend. Obviously not anymore, but when I were, and not anymore, Ashley, don't worry if you're watching this. But yeah, when I was, and like when I met Ashley, we went to boating for the first time when we
Yeah.
first met, and they all knew where I were. So
Right.
and like, because there's no signal down there, is there? So
Oh, I don't
No,
know.
that's
no,
true.
there's no signal down there. So yeah, we they all knew where I was just in case. But yeah, I think there were more chances of something happening to him than me.
You just never know though, do you? I think there was one
No.
time I went on a date and the guy came and picked us. Well, I live with my mum and dad, and they picked me up and we went to Bawtry. And then kind of like on the way to Bawtry, I didn't have signal or anything. I was in his car thinking, I probably shouldn't have done this. Like I was in the car with a strange man.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not the first time, but like he was lovely. It was a really nice day, and he drove me home, and I was safe, and everything was fine. But I remember thinking, "Damn, I need to tell the girls not to do this. Don't do
Yeah,
that."
yeah, that is probably a boundary that I'd
My
say not
location.
do.
Yeah,
It's going all over. That is definitely something I'd say not do.
yeah. Now I wouldn't, but I think when I met up with David in Portugal, but we both drove. I had my own car, so I was
Yeah.
like, I can dip if I needed to, but I didn't. But it's a bit safer when you've got your own way. back.
I think
Yeah.
my scariest as well was as I was living in Southampton and I didn't have any like friends and family close by. I was, I was there for work mainly, nothing else. But because I was on my own, I was like, well, maybe I'll date and see if I find somebody nice, whatever. Um, and that was like what like driving to a date one time. I was like, what am I doing? Nobody knows me around here. Nobody knows. I can say I'm at XYZ. It's going to take people 4 hours to come and save me. So
Oh my God.
there's nothing that I can do. So that was always really scary. And like,
Yeah, I bet being far from home.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. So anyone who goes on a date, go close to home, just in case. So whoever can come and save you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I mean,
always just make sure you've gotten out,
Yes.
really.
Yeah, Ashley lives in Rotherham, and he came to me. He was straight away. You were like, "You choose where we're going, wherever you feel comfortable," and that were another thing. Like that were a green flag for me. Do you know what I mean? That were a
Yeah,
boundary that I'd set, and he respected straight away.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, same. Ours was a bit like we'll meet in the middle-ish, and then David was like, it's closer to you. So yeah, it is a green flag. You're like, oh, you think about my safety. And to be honest, like I said, with all my dates I've had that are from online, they've all kind of been the same. I have not had to go out of my way. It's been we'll meet somewhere close, or
Yeah.
a lot of times they did come here. So yeah, it's a bit safer. You feel more
Yeah.
Yeah,
safe
I have more respect for people that for like men who do that as well.
that way.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
same.
taking into your feelings into account as well. It's huge. So
Yeah.
I'd like that. So I'm going to tell you a bit about the research that I did because I did a comparison with my best buddy Chat GPT of like UK versus USA because a lot of the facts Chat GPT gives me is USA based. So I was very intrigued to see the difference in like
Yeah.
trends and things. And it does say that on average, both countries about 140 swipes a day on Tinder per person, which is that's a lot for a person on
yeah,
average.
Yeah, it
There's
doesn't surprise me though, I don't think, because you can like just it's quite addictive. It's almost like a game, isn't it? Like when
yeah.
you can just be
You get a
yeah,
sat
bit
like,
bored, you just go back on it, don't
oh,
you?
yeah.
yeah,
I sit there, and
the
then I'd always be like, oh, just a few more.
yeah.
And then
Did you ever go on Hinge though? Because Hinge you could only have 10 a day.
yeah, Hinge
No.
is, oh, I forgot about that. But yeah, I
Yeah,
did do Hinge.
a day.
That's where me and David met, was Hinge.
You'd leave it on a good one, and then you won't go on it just because you wouldn't have any left. So the next day you could go on it, you could swipe right.
Yeah.
No, I've
And
never heard of
honestly,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot about that, but what I liked about Hinge was you could have prompts. So
yeah,
you didn't always just like you wouldn't just swipe, it's like you'd have to like a picture or you could reply to a prompt that someone put and it starts
yeah.
the
Okay.
conversation
Starts
going.
the
And I
conversation.
prefer that to like Bumble and Tinder where you do just swipe.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. That's
Yeah, it's cute.
I think that so I think Hinge must have been like after my time. So,
The what,
showing my
sorry?
age. A little bit after my time, showing my age a little bit. So
Yeah.
I remember like the OK Cupid days and the Plenty of Fish before it was POF kind of days. And I
Yeah.
think I think there was one that was like I can't remember what it's called, but very heavy on the similar kind of how Bumble you have to wait for the girl to swipe before you can message. Is that right? There
Yeah,
was a few back like that
The
back in the
girls sent
day.
the first message on Bumble, didn't
Right.
they?
So this yeah, whichever way it was. But there was another one, or girls chat first or something, which
Oh,
something like
okay.
that one. And that was always a good one because you had to you didn't get all this unsolicited messages, I guess, which
Yeah.
weeding through all those before you find somebody who's actually genuine is always fun. Um, Apparently, 1 in 3 relationships begin online, and 40% of married couples met online, which I think is probably an average stat nowadays.
Yeah, it
And
doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
something that really, really interests me was the main age group for users in the UK was 20 to 34, whereas in the US, the main age group is 18 to 28.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it seems like the younger people over here and then the little more older people over there. Not old, but
Yeah.
like the age range. That was really interesting to me, and I wasn't too sure why. But it does say that people over 45 are growing rapidly online.
Mm.
So
Oh.
But I don't know if that's people over 45 are breaking up more.
Yeah, I suppose you can see positives
Possibly,
and
yeah.
negatives of it.
Yeah. Um
Possibility.
so and then I had a look because there's so many like niche apps that there's apps for everything. And the one that made me laugh the most, which I think is a great app, it's called Muddy Matches. Do you know what that's for? Jess's face is scaring me. Do you know what that's for?
No, because my mind works in mysterious ways. You don't want to know what I'm thinking.
It is a farmers only dating
Oh,
app.
Yeah, definitely
okay.
didn't know that one.
So I have a list of the most popular niche apps in the UK compared to over here. That is number one in niche apps in the UK. And the number one over here is Christian Mingle.
I
And
was going to say
then
a lot
J
of
Swipe.
Christian ones pop up. J Swipe.
J Swipe is for Jewish.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So they were the top two.
So like religious based in America,
Yeah. And
farmer
farmers.
based in the UK.
So, and then I was doing some research on another one that I found. It's called the Thursday app. Have you heard that one?
No.
So, okay, this one, when I was reading about it, this is actually really, really interesting and really clever. And I think it's a brilliant idea. People get burnout on dating apps and they're swiping so much and it's stressing them out, or, not everyone can be so positive about, negative matches
Yeah.
or negative dates and stuff, or they just get so overwhelmed with the dating world because it is a big scary thing. There's this app called the Thursday app. Let me see where it was invented. I think it was invented over there. I think. I can't remember.
I've never heard of it. Have you, Shannon?
No.
So what it is that it's designed to address fatigue by limiting the active time that you can have on a dating app, and you can only use it on a Thursday.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And I thought that was quite a good idea, so that you're not, like if you're single and you're at home on your own and all you're doing is swiping through Tinder and endlessly, you're gonna give yourself brain rot. It's gonna drive you insane.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be so overwhelmed. So this Thursday app, you can only swipe or message or do anything on a Thursday.
I quite like the idea of that because definitely did like single and being at home on your own or something like that. I feel like daily you would go online,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you? Would you get like daily? You would just be like, well, I'll have a look. It kind
Quick
of
5 minutes.
becomes, yeah, but doing it every day, it is quite excessive.
I
And
see.
do you think
I can't be on my phone for that long, and not these days. It overstimulates me and overwhelms me anyway. So not only just dating apps, I don't think I could physically sit on my phone and just scroll all the time.
so? I think it's kind
Yeah.
of like the single person's version of TikTok. You know how like you sit on TikTok for whatever at night and you doom scroll. Obviously, Jess, you
Yeah.
can be excused from this
Well, no,
conversation
I
if you
do
wish,
doom
but
scroll, just
you know what I mean.
not.
Like
Yeah.
when you're doom scrolling through social media or TikTok or whatever, that is
Yeah.
how I saw Tinder. As I'm just aimlessly scrolling or swiping or whatever.
Do you know, I
I
agree because that's when I started falling out with kind of Tinder and Bumble because I felt like it was another social media
yeah,
thing where
Yeah.
people started rather than collecting likes, they were collecting matches, and
yeah,
that's why I went to Hinge with the prompts because I was like, and I'd only reply to people that had read my stuff and replying to my prompts because I was like, okay, you're actually in it, not just for another form of social media,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is what it was like.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for somebody who is going to be starting to use a dating app now? Like, I don't know, younger self or friend who's never used a dating app before. What would be your key advice?
Mine would be take it with a pinch of salt. Don't
Yeah,
get too fixated on it because you don't know. They might tell you that they're after like something serious, but not necessarily are they. So follow your gut.
Yeah,
Don't just listen to what they're saying.
I agree. And also in the thing of like, it's not the be all and end all. Don't
Yeah.
be not putting your heart into it, but just Yeah, like take it with a pinch of salt. You might meet someone, you might not meet someone, but it doesn't actually define you at all.
Yeah.
There's lots of times where, like me and people that I know, where they've been on it and they've been like, oh, I'm not meeting anyone, or no one's asking me on a date, or I'm not getting anything from it, and it kind of knocks them down. I'd be
Yeah.
like, don't read into it too much. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't let it define you how you are, because it's not.
Yeah.
I think as well, if they are doing that though, and they're spending too much time on it. If it's bothering
Yeah,
you that much that you're not speaking to somebody, you're spending too much time on it. Just come away
yeah,
from it, and you'll
exactly.
naturally go back to it when you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you can get caught like up in the loop of it.
Yeah.
And I would say, yeah, take time out. I had to take time out because I did the exact same
Same.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
and then you're like, this is silly. I'm on an app on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take some time out, just be yourself, work on yourself, and then come back. It's fine. Or don't. Whichever you
Or if
want.
you can't be bothered to speak to somebody, don't, because you ain't feeling it.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah, yeah.
And my biggest thing would be that block button is so powerful. If you're not comfortable and you're feeling uncomfortable with somebody, just block them. They
Yeah,
don't
you
know
don't
you.
owe them anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't have to be, you know,
You
pleasing
don't have to
every
be polite
person.
all the time. Don't have to be
No,
nice. Just go.
no. It
Yeah,
doesn't
Yeah.
make you a bad person if you're
No.
putting your mental health and safety first and, you know,
And also be respectful that the other person will probably do that too. So
yes.
don't
yeah,
take it to heart.
Yeah,
yeah,
without doubt.
for
That was
sure.
so much fun. Thank you for coming. Is there anything that I've missed that either of you think I is important or you'd like to share or anything like that?
Do you know
Oh
what?
no,
Our
that'd be fun.
yeah, I wanted to ask you, Shannon, where did you meet your partner? Which app were it on?
Hinge.
Hinge.
It was on
I
Hinge. So you could have like you put some pictures on and then you can choose prompts on like something to talk about, like your favorite movie or this, that, other. I think I put about a near death experience. And me and my friend crashed like a ski mobile in Bulgaria. And I put about that and he was like, wow, that sounds dramatic. And then we started talking about, have you had any near death experiences? And it just kind of went from there. And that's what I liked. Where did you meet yours?
Tinder. And
Oh,
the reason why that's the reason that I asked, because a few people that I've asked and they've said, we met on Tinder and we are together. And
yeah.
like that
Oh, I know a
narrative
few
of
people that
Tinder.
I've met on Tinder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the narrative of Tinder though is it's for one thing, isn't it? But
No, no,
actually,
no.
not anymore.
Yeah, no, and some of the dates I had, they were from Tinder, like previously and stuff.
Yeah,
And like I say, I've not actually had a bad date or anything. I think it just didn't happen. And that's where I met someone, but I wouldn't not recommend it. I know a few people that have met through Tinder.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, like
same.
Cherry and Craig were through Tinder, and
Yeah.
Did
obviously they're
they?
married now. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
See, yeah,
So it's not,
Yeah.
I do think when it first came out, it was very much a hit 'em up kind of just want one
booty call.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 But
I
then
just wanted
after
to throw out
that,
there that we spoke a bit about like we're talking about safety and mental health and stuff like that, but it can actually be a really fun time as well. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely enjoy
yeah,
it.
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's lots
Just
of
enjoy
fun.
your dates, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of near death experiences, anyone who is still listening, Shannon isn't that's not the first near death experience I've heard from Shannon, and I am going to try and persuade her and come back and talk about more near death experiences. And I know she's thinking, "What are you on about, Joanna?" But all I'm going to say is, Braithwell, Farmer's Field, middle of the night, my sister.
With
And if she doesn't get it from that, then
me?
yep.
Yeah, you.
Say it
And I'm going to
again.
leave it at that.
No, wait, say it again.
To be continued. Tune in again.
Braithwell,
Yeah.
Pitch Black, Farmer's Field, my sister.
Oh!
And on that note, I'm not going to tell you what's coming, but I am going to try and persuade Shannon to come back and talk about some near death experiences that are actually quite funny. So,
Okay, yeah, we'll do that.
yeah.
Just for the fun.
Anyone who is still listening, thank you for being here, and until next time.